Hi, this is Ashok Kumar. Now, in this video, I would like to explain random errors and statistical analysis of random errors. Coming to contents, random errors and statistical analysis of random errors, these two we are going to discuss in this video. What is meant by random error? Already we have discussed what is meant by random error. See here, accumulation of large number of small effects. Accumulation means nothing but addition. Addition of large number of small effects which leads to random error. These errors cannot be corrected by normal methods. So we cannot go for normal methods. Normal methods in the sense calibration or any other remedial actions. We cannot solve these random errors. That's why we can go for statistical analysis of random errors. Statistical analysis means it is nothing but mathematical analysis of various measurements is called statistical analysis of the data. So for such statistical analysis, the same reading is taken number of times. If you see here, for the statistical analysis, the same reading is taken number of times, generally using different observers, different instruments, and by using different measurements. By collection of all these measurements, we can collect the data, and by using different methods, we can eliminate random errors. Now coming to what are the methods to use statistical analysis. First one, arithmetic mean. Second one, median. Third one, deviation from median. Fourth one, average deviation. Fifth one, standard deviation. And last one, variance. We will see one by one. Coming to arithmetic mean. The arithmetic mean of n measurements at a specific count of the variable x is given by the expression x bar equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus etc. plus xn, xn. So actually how many measurements we have? N number of measurements. By taking the average of total n number of measurements, we can call it as arithmetic mean. X1 is nothing but first reading, X2 is nothing but second reading, and so on. Xn is nothing but nth reading. So by taking the average of all those readings divided by total number of measurements n, we can get arithmetic mean x bar. See here, x bar equal to arithmetic mean, xn equal to nth reading taken, and last one n equal to total number of readings. Coming to second one, median. So arithmetic mean can be useful for less number of readings. That means around less than 20 readings or 30 readings, we can go for arithmetic mean. But if the number of readings are large, in few experiments, we need to take more and more number of readings. For that situation, it's not possible to apply arithmetic mean. In that case, we move for median. When the large number of readings are present, calculation of mean value is complicated. In such case, we can go for median value. See, for a set of n measurements, That means if you have total n number of readings from x1 to xn, x median equal to x of n plus 1 total by 2. This is the formula. For x median, we have two more cases. If n is even, if you have n is even and n is odd. For example, if I take n equal to 11, that is odd number. That means total number of measurements we have if n equal to 11, x median equal to x of 11 plus 1 by 2. From this formula, n equal to 11, I have substituted x of 11 plus 1 means x12, x12 by 2. 12 by 2 means 6. So x6 we are getting. So this is the median value of this particular 11 readings. For example, for me, for first case, I have the value 20. First reading is 20. Second reading is 30. For example, I am taking like that and so on. I have total 11 number of readings. And for 11th reading, if I have the value 100, for example. And meanwhile, if I have sixth reading equal to 50, for example, I am taking all these things. First reading is 20, second reading is 30, and so on. Sixth reading is 50, 11th reading is 100. Now, x median equal to x of 11 plus 1 by 2 means x6 you got. X6 means what is the value? 50. So, my answer is equal to 50. This is the way we can calculate median. For example, if I have n is even number, that is n equal to 12 if I have x median equal to x6 plus x7 total by 2. This is the way we can calculate for even number of readings. Coming to third one, deviation from mean. Deviation means how much it is deviating from mean value. If I have any observation, if that observation how much it is deviating from the mean value, that is called deviation from mean. This is the deviation of departure of the given reading from the arithmetic mean of the group of readings. Let the deviation of the first reading x1 from arithmetic mean is d1, and the second reading x2 is d2, and so on. For example, if I have x1 is equal to 24, for example, I am telling x1 is equal to 24. Let the deviation of the first reading x1 from arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean, what is the symbolic representation of arithmetic mean? Already we have taken x bar equal to 30. For example, I am taking. This is my arithmetic mean value. This is my first reading value. That is nothing but x1. What is meant by deviation from mean? The departure of the given reading from the arithmetic mean. Departure means how much x1 is deviating from x bar. Deviation is nothing but what is the difference between these two? 6. So 6 is the d1 value now. 6 equal to d1. So deviation of the first reading x1 from arithmetic mean is d1. This is, and similarly we can calculate for x2, second reading, third reading, and so on. See formula wise. d1 equal to x1 minus x bar, d2 equal to x2 minus x bar. Similarly, dn equal to xn minus x bar. This is the way we can consider deviations from mean. This is for first reading, this is for second reading, and so on. This is for nth reading. Where x bar equal to arithmetic mean, already we know that. Coming to next one, average deviation. Average deviation is defined as sum of the values of the deviation divided by total number of readings. Already we have calculated deviation in previous case. D1, D2, D3 and so on. We have already calculated. By taking average of all these deviations, we can call it as average deviation. C average deviation may be expressed as D average equal to D1 means deviation from mean for first reading, D2 deviation from mean for second reading and so on, Dn deviation from mean for nth reading. Here I am taking modulus. What is the purpose of modulus? Means we are taking only magnitude. We won't consider the sign of the deviation, that is we consider always positive values. So d average equal to average deviation mod d1 mod d2 and so on equal to absolute values of deviation, and last one n equal to total number of readings. Coming to next one, standard deviation. The standard deviation is the square root of the sum of all individual deviations square divided by number of readings. See, this is the standard deviation. We can express in terms of sigma. Sigma equal to square root of sum of all the individual deviations squared. Sum of all the individual deviations squared divided by n number of readings, total number of readings present. So d1 square plus d2 square and so on dn square by n, where sigma is called standard deviation. Coming to variance. Square of the standard deviation is called variance. Simply we can express this as very simple, v equal to sigma square. In sigma we have for standard deviation we have square root is there. For standard deviation, that is nothing but sigma is equal to square root of this particular total value. So if we do square and the square root get cancelled and I get variance value v. We are getting like this v. Now what are the outcomes of this topic? In this video, student can able to learn about random errors. Next one, statistical analysis of random errors. What are the important questions? First one, what is meant by random error? How these errors can be rectified? And second one, explain in detail about statistical analysis of random errors. These questions you may get for 7 marks in part B, or simply you can get the definition what is meant by random error, you can get for 3 marks in part A. Thank you.